I'm Janine Maines. I can't pinpoint exactly why I quit going to church. It was the late 80s and my husband had hurt his back really bad, didn't know if he could continue doing the line of work that he'd been doing. He decided that he would open his own retail store, and I was very supportive. Then he suggested that I might want to get a job because he had no idea how things were going to go. In fact, the way he explained it to me was, it's make it or break it time. So after I quit hyperventilating, because I'd been a stay-at-home mom for a long time, I managed to land a position as a secretary at a real estate company, and he opened the shop. We would work every day, all week, and then on weekends we would do trade shows. We soon became empty nesters, and then we really threw ourselves into work. As the years went on, I became licensed and had an opportunity to get into management. Of course, with promotions came more responsibility and more hours. We really enjoyed our work, but it was really becoming a case of being on a fast treadmill and a juggling act. In the meantime, our daughter got married and then grandkids came, and in my spare time I would try to visit my mom, who was elderly, every 2 to 3 weeks on the weekends. And then my husband eventually decided to sell the shop and retire, but I was working more hours than ever. But that all came to a crashing halt about 3 years ago when my mom was diagnosed with an aggressive type of lymphoma. I quit my job immediately and went to stay with her and take care of her for the remaining time that she had left. In just a matter of months, everything had changed. My life had done a complete 180. She was gone and my job had been filled, so I was kind of forced to reprioritize my life. And that's when I began thinking it might be nice to have a church home again. So I started visiting churches, 6 or 7 of them. I was about to give up when I stumbled onto the website for Ashworth Road. I was ready for a difference in my life at that point. In management, we had a saying that people don't care what you know until they know that you care. I think that applies to our church as well. It's so satisfying to feel part of something that's so much bigger than yourself. But the nicest thing about coming to church here is the way I feel when I leave. I feel renewed, and I feel like my heart and my mind is focused on God all week long as a result. I never had a position that was just 40 hours a week, except in the very beginning as a secretary. It quickly evolved into more and more responsibility, and more, then management just got completely out of control because I was salaried and I, could work as many hours as I wanted. And getting so many interruptions during the day, everything got pushed to the back of my plate, and then the way I would make up for it was at night, I wish I could do that part over, I guess. Especially when everything went from 100 miles an hour to absolutely 0, then I had a lot of time to kind of think about things. And when my mom was sick and I was taking care of her, I had time to start reflecting about things and try to, figure out what really mattered. And I don't think in the end that it's going to be, how many hours you work. What's really important is, how you feel about yourself, your relationship with God, the things that you tried to do to make a difference for Him.